Hello, this is Diana Ballard, and welcome to the Mom Training Podcast, where we discuss the skills and strategies to create possibilities in motherhood and make it more fun, efficient, organized, and peaceful. I was looking through some quotes about motherhood and read some really nice things, but as I scrolled, this quote hit me like a ton of bricks. You are my bucket list. To be honest, I just broke down in tears for a good couple minutes. You are my bucket list. The smiles on my kids' faces just ran through my head. Them laughing as they ran through the living room, the snuggles and the adoration they have for me as their mother, and their imperfect mother at that. I was reminded of a goal I had a couple years ago before having children and starting a family. To have those children, and how nervous yet excited I was to be having a little mini-me of my own. To have those sweet moments, to raise them up to be good people, to hold them in the night, to be their mother. How excited I was to see what motherhood was like. These kiddos who were once not even on my goal list or bucket list were now climbing to the top of that current list. Because motherhood terrified me for a while. I feared I would lose myself and have a lack of options. This wasn't who I was to be put in a box. I had worked for years to learn how to create unlimited possibilities and pretty much create everything around me. I traveled all over the world, was self-employed, had a sweet routine with dedicated work time, tons of relaxation, fun, and whatever else I wanted. So the motherhood influencers that I saw around me during this time made me nervous because I had worked so hard and didn't want to lose what I had created. I will say that I was 27 when I got married, so I had a good amount of time to do those things that I shared. But I remember the day that this all changed for me. I was 25 and I was watching a conference online, and a talk on motherhood came up, and I thought, well, this is a great time to go to the bathroom. So I put my journal down and headed out of the room. All of a sudden, a little voice came into my head that said, "Mommy, I want to come." I was stopped dead in my tracks, you guys. I sat down and wrote what was coming to me. The biggest message was that my future children wanted to come. They wanted me to find their daddy and start a family. I've never had something change my direction so quickly. For in that moment, I realized, gosh, out of all these things on my bucket list or goal list, I really hadn't been putting marriage and starting a family on there. I mean, maybe somewhere on the list, and I was dating people, but hadn't really been putting a focus on closing the deal. It was in that moment that I shifted everything. I knew that if I was going to become a mother, I needed to start figuring out the skills and strategies other mothers use to not lose themselves, to be able to create possibilities in motherhood and how to make things flow smoother and so on. Which is when I started interviewing as many mothers as I could and learning from the ones who struggled and the ones that didn't as much. Which is where the mom training system came from. Certain moms had certain mindsets and skill sets, and they struggled less than the moms who didn't possess these skills, which is why this podcast was created, because I believe that motherhood can have limitless possibilities and can be something that we work hard at and also enjoy and find satisfaction in. It's a work in progress for everyone, including myself, as we practice these skills, strategies, and mindsets. But as we do and keep trying, eventually we can become very efficient. Not perfect, but efficient. So for me, I worked diligently on my homemaking skills for a couple years before getting married, and it has changed so much. From that moment there, my future kids and husband moved to the top of my bucket list, my goal list, and my main focus. And I moved accordingly. And now here they are. I have them. It's the bucket list goal that's never an official checkoff. It's not a one-and-done accomplishment. It's on my bucket list and will continue to be there forever. But I was grateful for the reminder that when I saw that quote, "You are my bucket list." The human mind can naturally forget things. Something that was once so important to us could suddenly be forgotten as we are distracted or not focusing on fully embracing it. I don't know about you, but that happens to me often if I'm not careful and attentive. Motherhood can be challenging. We can take on more than we really should at one time. We get sick, have stressful situations that come up, and somehow we forget how much we wanted to be a mom. How much we wanted to be here, holding these children and being in this moment. Sometimes we can forget about the excitement we felt when finding out we were pregnant, feeling the baby's first kick inside, or how it felt to hold your new baby just minutes after birth. But the benefit is that we can step back and remember those feelings. Remembering the tears we may have cried as we tried for a baby, or wished for one of our own and weren't in a relationship yet, or it took longer than we expected. Whatever it was for you, I can imagine there was a spark of some kind that made your heart fill with so much desire to be a mother and to hold a child of your own. So even if you're not a huge bucket list person, I'm sure you still had a desire to be a mom. And now that you are one, do you enjoy it? Is it what you hoped it would be? If it's not exactly what you expected, don't lose hope. Your story isn't over yet. You can do what you can today to move towards greater things tomorrow and the next. I know for me, I shifted my focus from that quote and have held them a little more, tried to be a little more patient when they've done something I didn't expect, or just tried to enjoy them more. Remembering that I wanted you. I prayed to have you. I worked diligently to prepare for you. I carried you in my body and sacrificed so much that I would have you here with me now. Darling, you are my bucket list. I'm living the dream right now. And the more I remember that, the more I cherish it. There are women who are still praying for their miracle, for their child, and my heart goes out to them. Why was I one of the ones who could have children? I don't know. But I am blessed and grateful I have this opportunity to be a mom. And when I forget, I am grateful for the gentle reminders that this is a gift. This is my moment to live as a mom, and I want to cherish it. I invite you to think back to before you had children. What was your experience? Did you get pregnant as planned? Did it take a while? Did your child come as a surprise? Did you adopt? Did you have help with fertility? Whatever your journey was with becoming a mother, what did you feel before? Do you remember the strong desire to have children? Was it a leap of faith? I believe most of us experience some form of pleading, excitement, and desire to be a mother. Reach back in and remember those feelings as you move forward in motherhood, remembering that you are here and that you are in this now, and your goal is being accomplished. You are a mother, mommy, and mom. Are we perfect and always appreciating motherhood? No. But my hope is that we can feel gratitude for our kiddos and for our role as mom and where we are right now in our journey. And if we have forgotten, we are blessed to have this very moment right now to do something different. Offer a little more love, encouragement, and gratitude. Believe me when I say this, you are a great mom. Look at the beauty you have created and will create as you continue moving forward with your goal of motherhood. You're listening to this podcast for a reason. Continue showing up each week, and let's see how different your life can be a year from now. Go love on those kiddos, and I'm going to go love on mine, because, girl, we made it. We're mama. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday on the Mom Training Podcast.